Hello beautiful souls, and welcome to our Aries season pick a card reading. Very excited to see what this season will bring for you as we start the new astrological year. So let the magic begin. So welcome to Aries season. Everything is timestamped below as always for you guys, so you can always skip ahead to the reading if you just want to tune into what you're going to be receiving in this Aries season. We know Aries is the cardinal fire sign, and it is very much a pioneering, bold, courageous energy. So hopefully this season you'll feel that side of yourself coming forth. And if you don't, then maybe look at where Aries is in your astrology chart, or if you have a 5 in your soul plan chart, to see maybe where you're holding yourself back or dimming your light or dampening your fire, because there's a lot of fiery get up and go in this energy. So if you're feeling maybe held back, then maybe there's something that needs to be released so you can move forwards. So we are going to be using today the Crystal Struck Tarot, which I recently unboxed for you guys. And then new for 2023, we're going to be doing a self-care card from the Sacred Self-Care Oracle by Jill Pyle, which is something I might unbox for you guys soon, so let me know if you want that. Aries is the ruler of the first house, which is all about self, how you're presenting yourself to the world, right? So definitely check out what's in your first house as well to see what's coming up. And I just really invite you to tap into that courageous, fiery, assertive energy this season. So all you need to do is just close your eyes and just tune inwards for a moment and just ask yourself, what do I need to know in Aries season? What is this season going to bring or show for me, or help me dive into? What is the thing I need to know right now? And when you're ready, open your eyes and just choose from either card pile 1, which is on the left, or card pile 2, which is on the right, and just trust your intuition will lead you exactly where you need to go. So if you chose card pile 1, then your main theme for Aries season is 5 of Swords, Chrysocolla. Now we know that in tarot, the 5 of Swords is all about conflict, disagreement, strife. So this isn't necessarily what you want to hear as I'm talking to you at the beginning of this new astrological year. However, this could be conflict that's left over from the previous year. Maybe there's something that really needs to be aired or released. Perhaps there's something that you're holding back. Chrysocolla is an energy that helps you to find your highest truth and tap into that. It's also known as the teaching stone. It's got a very soft feminine quality to it. So it's helping you to tap into your knowledge and your truth and share that with the world. So that's what this disagreement or this conflict could have been about, is you feeling that you can't express your truth. Okay, what's coming in is that could actually be an internal conflict, and it could be that maybe you're feeling like you're not sure what your truth is, or you're not sure how to express it and put it out into the world. So maybe doing some journaling would be really good when we have either the next full or new moon, depending on how you'd like to work with it. If it's a full moon, you can release things that are holding you back, maybe from tuning into your truth. If it's a new moon, you can look at, okay, what is my truth and how can I tune into that? And I always find the best way to connect to that is to tune into yourself first, to close your eyes, to go into meditation and to ask yourself, what is my truth? And just allow whatever needs to come through. And even if nothing comes through initially, that doesn't mean you don't have a truth. That just means maybe you are waiting to receive it at the right time. Okay, divine timing is really important. And actually it's really interesting that that's what's coming through as I'm sharing this with you, because the card that you got for self-care is this beautiful card which says look to the stars. And this is really talking about connecting to the astrology that's going on around you. So actually that's interesting that I'm feeling called to mention the new and the full moon for you to work with, depending on what you feel is appropriate. This is really saying perhaps if there's like a retrograde, don't take any action, or if there is a retrograde, sometimes it can be the best time to go within and to just kind of cut yourself off from the outside world in a healthy, loving way, right? You know, I'm not saying to become the hermit, but to take that time to withdraw and to go into the cave of your heart and ask yourself, what is my truth? What do I need to know at this moment? How can I share that in a way that is loving and that serves others, as well as bringing me joy, as well as serving me, right? Because we have to be able to serve ourselves. Is if we're just serving others, we're going from a space of depletion, a space of lack, and eventually we will burn out. Okay, so you need to find a way to express your truth or to share your truth, right? Because maybe the word express doesn't resonate for you, in a way that is totally authentic and is going to fill you up as well as the other people around you. So I think tune into the astrology that's going on this month and look at how you can work with that. Maybe you want to follow all of the moon cycles, maybe you want to look at all of the retrogrades or all of the station direct planets, whatever's going on. I haven't looked ahead at April yet, so I don't know what's going on yet. but maybe this is the perfect time for you to go ahead and to do that and to tune in to find out, what do you really need to work with? When is a good time for you to take action? When is a good time for you to step back? So I really feel this inner journey is what's coming through for you in Aries season to help you to be able to courageously and boldly share your truth with the world. If you chose card pile 2, then your main theme for the Aries season is justice with ametrine. So this is really exciting, I think, because this is an element of balance that I feel is coming in for you this season. So perhaps, you know, you've been a bit depleted or putting a lot of effort into something and not getting a lot back in return, you know, and so this season is giving you the opportunity to find balance with that. I also think the justice part is probably quite important to you. Maybe you feel that maybe things haven't been fair or equal or just, and so maybe Aries season is going to help you to step more into that bold, courageous side of yourself, to be more assertive about your needs and to say, hang on a minute, I'm giving you all of this, or I'm giving everybody all of this. What am I receiving? Where is the receptivity there for me? Because that's really important in anything, that there's a fair exchange, and that can show up in multitudes of ways. It can be paying for something and then receiving something loving back in another way, right? Or it can be giving something and receiving something else back. So there's loads of ways that you can experience that balance, and I think probably there's a relationship element coming in here. So I would invite you to look at that and ask yourself about your relationships, obviously starting with your relationship with yourself. That's the most important thing, and this season is obviously about that first house, that's self. So are you giving yourself what you need? Are you giving yourself that time? Are you treating yourself justly, or are you giving too much to other people and almost like betraying yourself, betraying your needs to put others above yourself? So that's the first thing that comes in. The second thing to talk about is the fact that this is ametrine. Ametrine is a blend of amethyst and citrine, so it brings in some of those qualities. So obviously amethyst is quite a protective stone, it's great for dreams, it's great for healing, it's great for intuition and the third eye. But then at the same time we have citrine, which is a fantastic transmuter of negative energy, and also just a really sunny, radiant, positive, just all round amazing crystal. And so therefore the exciting thing about ametrine is it is a stone of manifestation, because you really got this abundant sunny quality of the citrine and this really like intuitive quality of the amethyst. So coming together, that's going to bring real harmony into this. So how can you work with those energies, or maybe even just work with this crystal in this Aries season? And the reason I ask you that is because your self-care card that came through is flow like water. You can see this person swimming. So again, we've got this really watery connection, which is interesting for a fire season. However, this is what's coming through for you. This is what's important. So flow like water. So I feel like this is saying perhaps the justice you're hoping for, you need to almost flow with it and surrender to the flow and allow it to come up and in a way that you're not expecting. So perhaps you're maybe all guns blazing at the beginning of Aries season, are like, right, nobody respects me, nobody listens to me, and maybe this card is just saying to you, just slow down a little bit, just calm down that fiery energy and just acknowledge that it is coming. Maybe there's something you need to do for yourself to empower yourself, or maybe there's an action or a step you can take. So I actually think doing a bit of journaling would be quite good for you, and spending a bit of time to connect with your inner self, to ask, are my needs really being met? Am I really feeling heard? Am I really feeling seen by the people around me? And when you are, that's when that justice comes in, right? You know, justice is when we feel that things are balanced and fair and in harmony, right? So when you flow with something, it can bring harmony. When you go against the tide, sometimes it can bring disharmony. Ultimately, that might be needed in order to find the harmony, the justice, right? So are you feeling that you're going to be swimming against the current? Are you like, you know, those salmon who swim up, and I mean, like, it's the most dangerous journey, but when they get there, they're like, yes, I've done it. Maybe there's a little bit of that that's going on for you this season. So I think having a lot of trust and surrender, trusting that this is flowing the way it's meant to, and that justice will be served for you in the end. And then you're going to get the outcome and the balance and the harmony that your soul is seeking. Let me know how those readings resonate with you in the comments below. Did you pick card pile 1? Did you pick card pile 2? How did that tune in for you? I'm always really excited to hear from you guys when you send me messages or comments. I just absolutely love that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in next week's video. Up current, but ultimately that might be needed. Maybe you need something. Why is my phone screen so dirty? Hold on a minute. I haven't looked at conflict, and just tune and your